Welcome to American... I knew I was going to do that. Welcome to European Truck Simulator. Today we're in Bologna, Italy. The game updated last time, after our last trip, and so it reset me back to my home garage, so I moved the truck to burn, but I didn't move my my little log carrier, my pipe carrier. So anyway, we're taking a load of fuel from Bologna to Palermo. So let's get started. It's a rainy day in Bologna, and as you can see, it's a little early. It says it's a 20-hour drive, but we're going to be on a boat for a while too, and I forget how long the crossing is. I don't think it's terribly long from the toe of the boot of Italy to get to Sicily. So this is our second of our European Truck Simulator runs. Probably about as far as what I've recorded, about I don't know, 15 maybe, but as I mentioned in the last video, a lot of these European Truck Simulator runs do not have voice commentary. It's just driving, a lot of it in the rain, so you get this nice ASMR rain drizzling against the cab. But for this one you get me talking, so not so much ASMR. So we are starting a little earlier. Graphics wise, as you can see, it's lighter out than it is when I do my ATS videos. I think that's probably because of my reshade. I have different graphic settings for each of the sims, and I kind of need to get them to match up.
Exit now.
It's a rainy morning, but as you can see, it's starting to get a little light in the sky. It's 5:15 a.m. You can see that there's some sun off in the distance. We're going to be heading south, which means we're going to be heading to the left. Right now we're heading kind of east-ish. So you can see it's kind of bright over there already. We may get lucky. I tell you, life is good driving in Italy. At least when there's not a lot of traffic on the roads. Now when you get down to Naples and Rome, it's a whole different story. It's the only country in the world, and I know there's others that people may want to share with me, but the only country in the world I've driven in where cars just create their own lanes. You could have a 3-lane highway like this, and you get into really bad traffic or construction or back up at the toll gate, and you'll have like 7 lanes of cars. Like I said, I'm sure that there's a lot of other countries like that too. I do believe the rain stopped. Perfect timing. 6:30. Our time is coming down. It says 11:30. That's going to come way down now. We're going to pick up some speed. Look at this. It turned into a gorgeous Italian morning. So we are headed down south on the Adriatic side of Italy, in case you're wondering where on the map we are. There's 2 main roads, one on the west side of Italy, the Mediterranean side, and one on the Adriatic side. And we happen to be on the Adriatic side, which to me, as far as like driving and the Adriatic is just gorgeous. I guess you'd say, it's comparable to the Mediterranean Italy, but areas like Bari, down south are really, really beautiful. There's not as much traffic on this side. Not a lot of interchanges. Like when you're on the west side of Italy, there's a lot of interchanges, so you're paying toll and starting new toll roads more often than you do here on the east side. Just look how gorgeous this is. And if look at me driving, you think, wow, he's just flying along. I'm only doing like, 60, 65 miles an hour. Like 110 clicks. That's like 66 miles an hour. So we're not, we're doing fine. But we're not like complete speed demons. But relative to the other trucks we are, but not like in ATS where, we're regularly doing like, 80 miles an hour through Montana. So the right gets us to Rome, and we're not going that way. We're going to continue down south here on the east side, headed towards Pescara. I spent a couple years in Italy. I was stationed here. I worked in telecommunications, and I lived on a mountaintop outside of Naples called Mount Vergine, or Monte Vergine. It was an incredible tour of duty. It was a small mountaintop site. There were maybe 30 of us that lived on the site, and overall I'd say we probably had about 100 Americans living in the community. Outside of Avellino, which is a decent-sized city, about an hour inland from Italy. Our support base was located outside of Bari. It's called San Vito. But I can't say enough about how much I enjoyed Italy, and I think a lot of it was because I was part of a smaller contingent of Americans. It wasn't a huge American community like we had when I was stationed in Germany, and I lived outside of Kaiserslautern, which was, I think, the largest American community outside of the United States at the time. I don't know what it is now. I know they've shrunk the military bases. They've kind of moved them eastern, closer to Russia. But Italy was just the best. Everything about it. Cost of living was good for young Americans that weren't making shit for money in the military. Of course, the food. A young single guy could really have a good time in Italy. So it was a great time. And one of the things I like about this game is that when I drive to some of these places, I can, sort of reminisce, and think about, oh yeah, I remember that great time I had in Rome, or that great time I had in Bari, or even other countries like Germany and Denmark, France. So for me, there's a lot of nostalgia in this game. So if I didn't have to worry about copyright issues, in the background I would be playing Frank Sinatra's, when I was 17. It was a very good year. We're making great time. Yeah, don't be fooled by that clock saying we'll be there at 10 o'clock at night, because once we get down to the toe of the boot, we're going to get on a ferry, and once we get on the ferry, it's you blink of an eye, you're there, and then we just have to drive across to Sicily. So this is Bari, nice little coastal city. I spent a decent amount of time here. Not much time in the city itself, but the Air Force had a listening post here called the Elephant Cage. Big, gigantic, round antenna thing that was here for a long, long time. And it was a good spot to listen in on the Soviet. Because as the crow flies, the Soviet Union wasn't that far away. Although now, of course, it's been broken up, and we're still spying on Russians, but we're not using that outdated technology. Say we're finally paying the toll. If we had gone on the western side, we would have gone through several tolls. But here we just have the one, which is nice. €158. What's this bus doing? He's awful slow.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now.
Napoli. We will not be, I don't believe we're going to Napoli. Not today. We have a garage there, so I hope to get back there. Maybe after our, when we get to Sicily and come back, maybe we'll do a short trip to Napoli, hit the garage there, see how everyone's doing, make sure they're up on their training, make sure everyone's happy, not abusing the espresso machine privileges, and then head back north. So if you haven't played ETS, there are ports where you can get on ferries, and that'll help you get around Europe pretty quick.
Turn left.
They're not terribly cheap,
Get ready to
but
turn
they're also
right.
not that expensive. It's definitely worth your time.
Turn right.
And obviously for places like Sicily, you don't have any choice. Here's our ship. There we go. Look at that. See, we get right on. Here's our trucks. Big trucks go over here. Autos go to the left.
Okay, let's find a new route.
Well, you're finding a new route. This is good. We're going just fine. Okay, so here's our destinations. The only place we can go to is to Villa San Giovanni, which is where we are. We can go to Messina right here. There's Catania, there's Messina, and then Palermo's over here. So it's a 20-minute travel time, 347. That's not bad at all.
Reroute.
All right, so we're getting off the boat. We're finally leaving Messina. As you can see, there's a very steep climb. A lot of Sicily is just that. Very steep climb.
Get ready to turn right.
You're not immune to tolls in Sicily. So the sun's going down over Sicily. Another beautiful Italian day. Kind of interrupted here at the end with rain, but still another beautiful Italian day. 2.5 hours left. Good time to remind you that if you like the video and if you could click the like button, that would be really, really helpful. YouTube likes that when people acknowledge that they like a video. If you're interested, appreciate it if you click the subscribe button. It's free for you and it helps the channel grow. We are currently trying to get up to 50 subs. We're almost there, but it could use a few more, and then we'll set a new target, and then I'll bug you till we get to 100. And then also click the notify button. The notify button lets you know when we do another video. So I hope you're enjoying these, and if there's a destination you'd like to see, by all means, jot it down in the comments, and I will accommodate you. As the coast, as the sun goes down, you can still see the water, which is very nice. The drive itself, there's quite a few tunnels, because it's a very mountainous island, Sicily. So the Italians in their wisdom just drilled a whole lot of tunnels, and I appreciate that right now because this thing slows down quite a bit on these steep hills. As you can see, we're actually outside of Palermo. This is a very narrow road. This is the countryside, which will look great when we wake up tomorrow and drive out of here. And now we're off the paved road completely. Gravel road. My paint job appreciates that. But we're here, so that's the important thing. Okay, let's see how much we get paid. Alright, we're going to get paid. So, did good. We did 1,300 kilometers, 17 hours. We got paid 80 grand. Not bad, not bad, not bad. 80,000 euros. That was a good day's worth of driving, and it paid off very well. So, we like that. More money in the bank. We can buy more garages. Oops. We can buy more garages. good times for everyone. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that little trip through Italy. Next time we'll leave Sicily, we'll head up north, and we'll see what adventures await. So, hope to catch you next time on European Truck Simulator.